Okay, so we are in the midst of chapter number 5, and in the last class, we saw up to verse number 9. Yeah, and that is when also we had Krishna saying yesterday, ayogyastu sanyasaha dukkhameva. That is, for an unqualified person, if he has to take a formal sannyasa, it will be more of dukkam, meaning to say, not only that, forget about moksham, at least whatever laukika sukham. Even that is because all Janma, whatever we are taking, it is for some happiness. So even that material happiness you will not have, neither spiritual progress. So, he wanted to kind of literally give us a warning sign saying that, look, this formal monastery and everything has to be taught with carefulness and very importantness. And that is what is also today, why we wanted to bring that up. A lot of you had very good doubt. So today, if I just ask, say in our class, so many people here, how many of you would take sannyasa? Just a question like that, if you want to take. Okay, I mean, you may say that you may have in your mind, some of you, but truly speaking, you have, I think, oh, if tomorrow Bhagavan, if somebody is to come and say, tomorrow, are you ready? And the mission come. You say, wait, I'll go and ask somebody and come. Yes, I wanted to come. Just give me 1 more month. I want to finish this project, or I want to close this. I will finish my some bill and all, and then come. Really, I want to come if you take care of me. So, you're not ready at this moment. But even for us, if you are so much, we saw all 4 chapters. We never had so much doubts in Karma Yoga, in Sankhya Yoga, but Sannyasa Yoga, we all having so much of doubts. So that also says there is some attraction. That's what I wanted to say. See, that Kashaya Vastra, that particular one, has got a very inherent attraction. You look at we look at Swamiji's, and then we see, hey, Swamiji kabhi sota hai. When will he go to bed? How will he sleep? Because we hear Swamijis cannot use pillow, or they don't sleep in bed, or they don't eat like what we do. Yeah, so उन लोग क्या खाते होगा? Breakfast को क्या होगा? अच्छा, this Swamiji is eating, that Swamiji, does he eat like this? We just want to know. This curiosity is, very, very, very interesting. It's very interesting only, I must say. Not with critical view at all. Please don't mistake me. It's no critical view. We all respect them. That is why we have as soon as somebody is wearing in the saffron cloth, we respect them. But as the days today are also, we are kind of saying, yeah, okay, this sannyasi, he's got the saffron dress, but I can see one big gold chain going there. And then he's also got something up in his head. Should I be careful? Okay. Because my friend has told me to come and see him, so we will talk, but you want to be careful as well. So there is a fear as well. There is an attraction, there is a fear, a lot of things are there. And on top of it, we hear from everybody in all the other religion, because it's also a religious thing. We see that, okay, with other religions, there is some kind of some cardinal, bishop, and everything. There is some hierarchy. In ours, that hierarchy is not defined really, even though we may have different clans. So the sannyas always has got a bit of all the factors are the same. So let's look at it, what our Sanatana Dharma says, and then go into a little bit to see, then we can also put it into perspective of what Krishna is speaking from years of those, and that things has it changed? Literally not that much really. Okay, and then we will go into an insight, like for example, you can ask some doubt, and I will also see how much I can, because I'm not an expert there. I've referred to, as I told somebody, a very good book called Dharma Vimarsanam. It is a book written way back in 1935, and that is my authority for taking this, because uh, just by doing Google, or even other searches, it may not be as authoritative as this particular book that I'm referring to, because this is as per Shastra. And that's what I really wanted to do as well, that whatever we speak about, there should be pramanam, authority. So with this pramanika buddhi, I'm just going into that. That's all I wanted to say. So now, when we go to the next slide, we go now. We all have talked about, so this is important background, then we go into that. We all know Varna Ashrama. Varna, leave it, leave it for the time being. But we know Ashrama. Ashrama is a stages of life. This is very typical to Sanatana Dharma from the beginning. And this is applicable to every human being, irrespective of gender, class, creed, everything. That's a very well defined stages in life. Yeah, and approximately putting it to some 80 years as a complete for one human. And I'm just put some approximate years. It doesn't have to be really, you know that, right? So, and the ashramas are brahmacharya, grihastha, anaprastha, and sannyasa. And approximately, I've just put some brahmacharya as 20 years, grihastha as like 40 years, like 20 to 60 years, and vanaprastha 10 years, and sannyasa 10 years. And really today, if you, and this is applicable, as I said, for all human beings. And they're really, as you look into them, they are progressive in nature. It evolves the man. So that is why we must appreciate this. This is not just like a goalpost falling at this. Okay, today is for you finishing up brahmacharya. But there is a progressive of nature with the duties. So that is why we said Sanatana Dharma is so bound with duties, evolving in nature. It is so bound with the nature as well, you know, and with this. And in this one, if you really see, what is the most important ashrama? Grihastha ashrama. Grihastha ashrama is sustaining all three other ashramas. Grihastha ashrama is undoubtedly, all the scriptures speak. You ask a sannyasi, he will say Grihastha ashrama is the most important sannyasi, ashrama. It is kept on the highest pedestal because a sannyasi is also dependent on that Grihastha ashrama, Grihastha. So, and where does Bhagavad Gita falls into? Very much focused on Grihastha, but actually it says all ashrama because it covers the duties of everybody in this one. Yeah, and then as we progress in these ones, we must also understand, because that's the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. I do not know whether in other religions they have defined ashrama so beautifully. You know, in ours it is so well duty, because you know what, as we also saw in the chapter 2, they are interdependent between rights and duty. When you are in brahmacharya, your duties are less, but you have a lot of rights. Meaning to say, I have the right to ask for my father for money. I don't have. I have, and it is a father's duty to give you that particular education. Father's duty to give you the food. Father's duty to give you the shelter. You have no duties for these things. You have rights, right to give education, right to get my food, right to get my clothes, right to get my thing. So you have lots of rights as a brahmacharya, and you have low amount of duties. So what it does in that, so rights and duties are interdependent. There is no right without somebody performing the duty, and there is no duty with somebody demanding the rights for him from you. So in brahmacharya ashram, 80% rights, maybe 20% duties. And your duties, when I say 20% duties to only study, prepare. Your duties, listen to your parents or listen to your teacher. So, you know, the duties are minimum but concentrated. But rights are very many, no problem. Then when you come to Grihastha ashrama, as you know, the duties go more and more and more, and your rights keep coming down now. You cannot be now, your duties keep going up. So it's a kind of an elliptical curve. From duty keeps increasing, and then it comes down after sannyasa again. Yeah. So for example, even during wedding, you know, we have one call. Actually, in the whole of wedding, the ashrama pravesha or the qualification is actually the most important call, Janu Vasaha. Janu Vasa. That is now changed into now Sangeet and everything, you know, really. Janu Vasa means, Janu means knee. Vasas means really cloth. So in the olden days, the brahmachari was allowed only to wear cloth up to knee. Meaning to say, he's always ready for action, ready to do the duty. So, nothing is obstructing his knees. Okay. So the previous day to marriage, he goes to say Ganapati temple, because Ganapati is a Nitya Brahmachari, to take permission from him, to say from tomorrow onwards, oh Lord Ganapati, I am now getting qualified to wear cloth below my knees, pura dhoti pehna hai mujhe, or whatever it is, and because I have to do Grihastha Ashrama. So Vignayaka says, okay, now you can be less discharging of Januvasa, that you can now wear more. But that has changed into something. But I'm just telling you how it is all there, From north to south, east to west, this is all there. Only thing is, in different terminology may vary. Okay. So there is a clear definition of these things there. And the another thing, Swami Omkarananda used to say, very, very important. A person in a that is a person with an ashrama, it has to be there. Meaning to say, a marriage is a very important event for a brahmacharya and to grahastha. And so, Rami Omkaranda once was saying, just 1 minute, just hold on 1 minute. No, it's okay. So, Swami Omkarla used to say, look, as a Swami a sannyasi, I have to go everyone to explain young kids why you should get married. Because today people are asking, kids are asking, why should I get married? I can just be there. I can make children. My wedding is not required for me to have children. You know these things, right? 30 years ago, it was maybe not. No one would ask question why you should get married. Now people are asking why I should get married. I can have children without marriage, and the law is permitting them. You see where things are going today. A live-in relationship is very common. Yeah. So they are saying, look, I would like to live in before I get married. I don't want to go into the social structure. You all know it. But what I'm really trying to say is, in our Sanatana Dharma, it is very clearly said, a person who is not abiding to any ashrama itself is the biggest sin. The biggest papa is not abiding to the ashrama, that it is duty, because it's all based on duty, not because that you have done this one. So meaning to say, at the right ashrama to get married is so important. So he was telling, I had to go convince people why you should get married, and those things we go into that, we'll go endless topic. So marriage is a very important thing. So because he needs that partner with both of them, that he enters into grahastha ashrama. Yeah. So I told you a little bit about rights to duties, how they're dependent, because you go into Grahastha Ashrama, and Bhagavad Gita so much clearly into this one. And also, another thing we must always listen into from the Gita's perspective, from a spiritual thing, we have got two in these duties and rights called Pravritti Marga, Nivritti Marga. Meaning to say, Pravritti, you can take it as engagement, and Nivritti is disengagement. So as you really go from brahmacharya to grahastha, lot of engagements for you. Engagements means engagements at work, engagement with your neighbor, engagement with your society, engagement with your king, engagement with your office. So the engagement, when I say engagement, your commitment, everything, engagement goes and goes more. But the Shastra said, Nivritti means disengagement. As you engage, because these are physical, external engagement, do an internal disengagement. Yeah, that's Nivritti Marga, because none of the Chaturvida Purushartha, and we have the Chaturvida Purushartha always, yeah, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. This Dharma, Artha, Kama, all of them are in the Pravritti Marga, Moksha is Nivritti Marga, but it is, the beauty of it is, in the Brahmacharya only, it puts the seed for Nivritti Marga. But the child at that time may know or may not know, but if he really gets into that is the beauty in this our ashrama as well. In the brahmacharya itself, it puts a lot of control on his, because once his senses, once his habits, once his culture is very much disengaged from the external, and it is there, he cannot be shaken. He can be engaged anywhere, but internally his disengagement keeps telling him, okay, I know what is, because I've learned these things. There is nothing like an application learning. It is automatically progression. So in the brahmacharya, there's a lot of nivritti. That is why lots of regulations are taught by the teacher. Then when he is engaged, the nivritti marga starts clicking and tell him, yeah, keep engaging, don't worry, but still the happiness for you, I'm getting you from internally. Okay, so and then in the vanaprastha, really he does the vanaprastha. When he goes, he really does a bahya disengagement. So vanaprastha is just nothing but a preliminary portion for disengagement. So that's why they called it as a vanaprastha. Means prastha means journey. Vana means forest, meaning to say journey into forest, meaning to say literally he was telling him, look, now is a time for you to give your household duty to somebody else, to your children or somebody, and you can formally disengage now. A formal disengagement was vanaprastha. Okay, and after the formal disengagement, then the sannyasa was given. So sannyasa is there for everybody. That's what I was trying to tell you. Yeah, ashrama sannyasa is there for everybody in our religion. There is no doubt about it. Sannyasa, a formal sannyasa, a saffron cloth. A lot of people those days were doing it. So, but at that stage, that is a formal sannyasa, and this is for every human being, man, woman, girl, any gender, class, nothing. Everybody had this ashrama. So there is, so sannyasa ashrama is possible to everyone. But there only a question now arises. Now look at it now. And we have to really see, is it possible? Oh, very good. It is there. It is there somewhere. It's always good. But is it possible to achieve? That's a very good question I'm going to ask you now. Because what happens when a sannyasi gets a formal sannyasa ashrama, yeah, that is his final birth. That means there is no more rebirth for him. And what he does is, look, and if he's a proper sannyasi, what he does is then he is to be buried, not cremated. So if he is to be buried, not cremated, what about Pitru Karma? What about Shraddha? That means if this perfect ashrama model is to work for everyone, there need not be any Shraddham. There need not be any Pitru Karma. Because everybody attains moksha. But we know in reality it is not there. 80 to 90 to 99%, 99.9999%, really a true sannyasa is not there for everybody, though it is there. Option is there. Because if that were to happen, a formal sannyasi, he says, look, after that, I have got no more children, no more wife, nothing. And then I go into my seclusion, and then nobody need to do any karma for me. I will not do to anybody. So that means where will and nobody needs to give any pinda or anything to that person. So that means all the dharma also will become violated, right? So that is why Bhagavan has created in such a manner that though it is applicable, this fourth ashrama, sannyasa ashrama, formally, it is possible to very, 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 very few. And that, again, for every ashrama, because there is some qualification, even in those days, in the vanaprastha, when they used to go into another ashrama. That like any mission or something like, those days. And that person sees if you are qualified, he gives them that sannyasa. So there was qualification was always there in every stages of life. But what I really wanted to say is the sannyasa, the fourth ashrama, is being a very logically also speaking. It is not that God has created. Yeah, it is logically speaking also, it is not possible for everyone. But having said that, are people doing this today? They are doing them today. There are a lot of people. And also you must understand in our Sanatana Dharma, it does not mean from brahmacharya he can straight away jump to sannyasa. From grihastha he can straight away jump to sannyasa. From vanaprastha he can jump to sannyasa too. A sannyasi does not say, hey, you are a brahmachari, so I can't make you sannyasi. Or a sannyasi guru says, oh, you are still a grihastha, you are not finished all, I can't do. From anywhere also it is possible. So you see, it is a stipulated ashrama. And every from ashrama you can go, but no one goes. That's the Maya. That's Bhagavan's Maya. It is not that easy. but attraction is always there. See that what I'm trying to say? So, um, so coming back to this one, that's what I just want to give you a thought to say that look, sannyasa ashrama is there, but it is fraught with fear and a warning. That is why Bhagavan said. Otherwise, Bhagavan would not have said ayogyastu dukkha eva bhavati sannyasaha. So that is the reason I wanted to tell you the inner ashrama. Bhagavan knows everything, but there is some inner meaning. And of course, we will give some time for you to raise question. And next one, I wanted to tell you a little bit more that how these things are. Next slide, Anji. The next one, what are the entry points from different ones, and what are the different sannyasa that is also said. So sannyasa typically is divided into two main one called alinga sannyasa and linga sannyasa, or it is also can be alinga. Linga means some indication, right? So alinga sannyasa means there is no external indication. There is no saffron cloth or anything of that sort. But all manasika sannyasa, and Bhagavad Gita administers this type of sannyasa, which we call as vidvat sannyasa. What you want, Krishna says, is internal renunciation, and that is enough for most of us, and that is what is important. Because Arjuna will ask it in the last chapter, sannyasasya tattvavitu, I want to know the one. And Bhagavan there you will say. So let us take that word Nyasam, very good, very important. Okay, Nyasam means it's a normally Nyasa has got different meaning in Sanskrit. Nyasa means method or procedure, some procedure. Like for example, Mahanyasa, Lagunyasa. Nyasa means also like Anganyasam, Karanyasam. Anganyasa means doing that method of procedure with the Angam, your limbs. Karanyasam, from some different actions, mudra and everything. Right. And then we have, when we do Mahanyasam, before the Mahanyasam means it's a very big type of procedure. Do this, do that, it goes, chanting goes long time. Lagunyasam, very little bit, and then do Avahanam, all those things. So Nyasam means it's a kind of a procedure, most probably we are saying. So Sannyasam means Samyak Nyasam. Samyak means what? Very well done procedure. So that means this procedure is a very well laid out one, and then you do it. Okay. And also, Bhagavan in the 18th chapter will say this nyasam at this place also means renunciation. So that means it's a total renunciation of the actions of fruits, Bhagavan will say that. So what Bhagavan, every time when he speaks about sannyasam in Bhagavad Gita, he wants to talk about this alinga sannyasam or manasika sannyasam or vidvat sannyasam. He wants that to be in your knowledge, and knowledge, because he says that is the most powerful instrument that you have, and you can still be on your 9 to 5, whatever dress you are wearing, white, green, blue, whatever it is, doesn't matter color about the cloth. And that inner strength itself is enough for you to attain the moksha, not in next janma, in this very janma itself. That's why that particular one is, Bhagavan is again and again giving that for the, through the karma itself, giving you the sannyasa. By doing the actions, while being in engagement, wants to get you the disengagement. That is the Bhagavad Gita. That's the left block, which I have finished now. Now, the formal sannyasas are two types again. Okay, the rightmost box I have got it, Kutichaka, and there are two things called Kutichaka and Bahutaka. This Kutichaka and Bahutaka, they also call it what's called preliminary sannyasa, meaning to say this today I believe very less prevalent, really. When the Kutichaka, what happens is, he says, look, it could be from the Vanaprastha something. He says, look, I'm kind of really also want to formally disengage. And he all has a normal, whatever external indications. That's why he says stuffed and structured, but just saying, but then he can be wearing any type of cloth. That's not a big problem. But he lives separately. Like these days, like a granny flat, or maybe even lives in another house, that is also kind of a thing. He says, but children, he says, look, you all be there, but I would rarely come and visit you. You rarely come and visit me. But I'm in a kind of a, and these people, Kutichaka, they also have 3 dandam. That is also given for them. And these Kutichaka, they are also, but they have a funeral pyre and everything. And they also do Pitru Karma and everything. It's also there and there. So Kutichaka was probably prevalent in many parts as well. It was there, like, they used to live somewhere in a different place. And that was also a type of a preparatory sannyasa itself. And Bahutaka is also same thing. Only thing is he keeps moving about. The Kutichaka, only the son or the one will know where he is there, because he may have to come and do the final rites and everything. So they know where he is, and he will also know the son or children where they are. A little bit of thread is there. A little bit of a thread is there. But with Bahutaka, he cannot even go back to his original house, and little bit more disengagement from the formal disengagement. But I do not know. He says, like, there are a lot of rules. I've not gone into all the rules, what he can eat and all those things. But he can be buried as well. No funeral pyre for Bahutaka, kind of. And then we have Hamsa and Paramahamsa. This is what most of the days today we have. The formal sannyasa, like all the Chinmaya mission, our Sringeri Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, GS, everybody comes in these two ones called Hamsa and Paramahamsa. In the Hamsa and Paramahamsa, either they may have a single danda or a three danda. Yeah. And there is a formal initiation, saffron cloth, and they got lots of, and it is initiated by Guru to Sishya, and there's a Guru Sishya Parampara, everything. In the Kutichaka and Bahutaka, no need. Mostly no Sishya, but Guru is always there. They will not give. In most of Hamsa and Paramahamsa, there is always a Guru, and then they may leave a Sishya optionally, but there is always some Parampara there. There is some lineage always there. Yeah. And in that Hamsa Paramahamsa, there is different order as well. Like the one that we call, say, Pitadipatis, then Matadipati, and Dashanama Sannyasi. When the Pitadipati, when we say, like, for example, the four major Shankaracharya Pitam, or there is fifth also, they say that's fine. So in these Pitas, what happens is it is more responsibility. They may have a lot of matas under the Pita. That's the only thing. And they may, Jyotish Peeth may have a lot of matas under there. For example, Jyotish Math, the one I'm telling you, even he left in 1954, he had a bit of a sub-mutts and things like that. And they are the ones who I actually took from him three of the famous one, Dhirendra Brahmachari, Rajneesh, and then Maharshi Mahesh Yogi. They are all Sishyas of Jyotish Math Shankaracharya, the same Guru. But they all had different ones, but they bifurcated into different ones. That's different. But what I'm saying is they all have mutts. And so, for example, Sringeri Pitam, they have got lots of mutts everywhere. So Puri Pitam also they may have. So, they have lots of mutts, meaning to say sub ones. And then Shankaracharya made it little bit more orderly into called Dashanami Sannyasi, meaning to say the surname of Sannyasi, they can see which is the Pita they belongs to. So, like, if you see Ramakrishna Mission, their surname is Puri. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramakrishna Puri, Vivekananda Puri. For all the Puri, they said the head office is Sringeri. Sringeri, yeah. So there may not be that connection. For example, Saraswati, like, Shivananda Saraswati, that's why he's called Chinmayananda Saraswati, that's why called Dayananda Saraswati. So they're all Saraswati is their surname. Saraswati can be 2, 3, but I don't exactly remember which Pita it is aligned to. But it's not that they are really both, but it is a kind of a names attached to those one. So that's called Dashanami Sannyasi. And Dashanami Sannyasis are more freelance. They have a very less. That is why I sent you 2 of those videos to you, where Sringeri Shankaracharya is giving award and honoring Dayananda Saraswati. And he's also saying in the same thing. So you understand there. That's why I sent you that video, where Sringeri Shankaracharya says, Dayananda Saraswati, we are Sama Manaskar. Manaskar means our mindset is the same. Sama Manaskar, not Sama Vayaskar, you would say. You are 20 years elder to me, so Vayaskar, you are elder to me, but Sama Manaskar in the method of our spreading the Shankara's message. And but he also said, yes, our vidhi, that is our niyama is very interesting. So I am doing within India. Your vidhi niyama is little bit more or less you are doing all over the world. So you see, what I just wanted to only say, not to compare anything, that there are some vidhi nishedam, meaning to say there are some difference of regulations. So one can travel overseas and do, some cannot. And so that's all what the difference is. One is. Now, these are all only the formal sannyasa methods and variants that's available in our Shastra. But today, if we see so many of them, who may be just in white, they are normally maybe siddhas, as we can say, who have got some extra, and they can be anywhere like that. And they are more qualified to kind of do whatever proper preaching they want to do and everything. But they are not really formally sannyasis. They may be informal sannyasis. But what I really wanted to say is not that all babas and everybody become sannyasis. To such an extent that even we call Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he is not a sannyasi. So Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, who is such a great Maharshi, though we say he's a Bhagavan, people went to ask him that somebody was sent, look, why don't you formally take sannyasa? And that, without that, how can you do it? And then he also had a doubt. He spoke, because he's always there in Tiruvannamalai. So Shiva then told him, look, as far as you don't leave the Tiruvannamalai, you are fine to remain there. And he told that one with some pramanikam to the person who came and asked him. And then he was okay. But then that is why you would have seen he did not leave any Sishya as well. A lot of them. So, we can't put these qualifications or stamps on everybody and classify. It's just only for us to know what's Sanatana. But what I wanted to say is, whatever we say in a lot of other Babas or magic Babas and, today's Baba, tomorrow Baba, all of them do not become sannyasi. And sometimes that becomes a very, what can I say, controversial thing. But we should leave other things. That's not the thing. From Sanatana Dharma, these are the formal sannyasa methods and variants. And this is all what it is administered. In Gita, in this context only, it said, not anything else. So I don't want to bring anything because it's just individual people's belief and their shraddha and everything. And they are guided by them. So that's fine. That's all I wanted to say. And I think I'll just address only 2-3 doubts and then we will go for that. One thing you wanted to ask KKG about Ashwatthama and Dronacharya and everything in that one. See, Dronacharya, as you see, Dronacharya, Kripacharya and all these people, though it comes as Acharya, it is said that they are not sannyasis really. Kripacharya maybe was a sannyasi. Okay, but Dronacharya was like a guru who was teaching in all those things. And it is so said, but you see, because we said, right, the qualifications and whether they can do and other thing also, but yogi and everything today is when that's what he came. Dronacharya, the way he was, the minute you engage in the battle is adharma. That is why you would have seen up to 10th day when Bhishma was the commander in chief, the war was being fought Dharma. People entered the war at sunset. They went into respective tents, and there were people who are across the tents who were relatives. They used to inquire one another, but then they will fight again the next day morning. So, there were some norms and regulations it was done. But the minute this Brahmin started becoming the commander-in-chief as a Kshatriya, all adharma started. So, from 11th to 15th day, when Dronacharya was there, all adharma was the prevalent. And 16th and then Dronacharya then died. 16th and 17th day, Karna was there. It was a little bit more dharma. And then on 18th day, when Duryodhana died, because on the 18th day also, I believe Shalya was the commander-in-chief. Duryodhana made him. But when Duryodhana died, he made Ashwatthama as the commander-in-chief. And the minute Ashwatthama came, that day night only, he went and killed an adharma, all the Pandavas, kids, in the night. He and Kripacharya, both of them together. Kripacharya, I believe, was standing outside. So that if anybody escapes the children, he used to kill them there. And Ashwatthama used to go into the tent and kill in the night. So you see, when these Brahmins were involved in the fight, all the adharma happened to the utmost core that one can even imagine. Yeah. So this is what happens with wrong ashrama and then, wrong varna, and then he goes into all the adharma started. So that is the one that I wanted to say. But then again, we are not qualified today to kind of comment on things like that. But this is just for your doubts that you ask. Yeah, go ahead, G. I'll stop talking and you can I'll stop sharing too. You want me to keep recording or is it okay? You can ask your doubt. I have Sashi Bhaiya, so I'll put you on speaker here. Sashi Bhaiya, you have any doubts as well? Hello? Any doubt? Devina ji, Yatish Bhaiya?
Just gonna talk about maybe a statement, but after
Yeah.
statement, a question.
Yes, yeah.
Statement is like giving a pravachana, but I'm not giving any pravachana.
Yeah. Please, that's what.
I really appreciate today. Your class is very much to the point, and it's more out of from the teaching of Krishna.
Yeah.
To Arjuna, it's definitely that. But you have but my thinking so far has been sannyasa is not a physical form, right? That okra cloth and living outside, leave children and family and go away. Typically, by what I've seen is the people who are married, they have full grasta, and then they go sannyasa. That really doesn't work, because the children is a duty, wife is a duty. The one who did the brahmacharya and from brahmacharya never had a grasta and directly go to that sannyasa, it has a higher chances of working. That's my question to you. Is that right or not? Second thing is that, again, what I said is physical, is more, it's a little bit more lifestyle and at a thought level. When you renunciate something, you physically give it out to your kids and to charity organization or something, and then you say, okay, I'll live in a small kutia, it is still not working, because the mind is still, he or she is still thinking about, I had that wealth. Whenever they go to children or those people, wherever they have given away the wealth, they're still associating themselves to that. So this doesn't again work. So is it my question now, ending, very big statement, I'm sorry, is sannyasa, is it both, or what is really is it?
See, today it works. I tell you where it works. Yeah, today it does work. All the Vaishnava sannyasis, GS and everybody, GS especially, not Madhvas, you have to be a grihastha to become a sannyasi. Okay, rarely a brahmachari becomes. That is why sometimes they are, see, the GS, most of them, they have had children, but then from grihastha ashrama, they come to sannyasa. And they have been very successful in that. And I have seen even in Sringeri, some people have been like in the grihastha ashrama, and then they have taken sannyasa from Swamiji, and they have done as well.
But those people, the second category which you say, their real action is not physical, but mentally they have done. They are not associating, they are renunciate.
Yeah, completely.
They are not having any more luxury and lifestyle.
The
lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Lifestyle change. So more important than the using a physical form of a bhagwa, vastra, and all that, is more important is to adopt that lifestyle of renunciate, and rather than being showing as a renunciate. Is that?
Yeah, I think I get you.
And I will just quote you one example I heard from RSS people. Right? RSS person goes and say, I want to give my life to all this organization, right? Many people go and the first question they will ask, have you performed all your duties at home as a grihastha or not? If you have enough money to live and you have given enough finished duty, then only we will accept you.
Oh, so grateful.
So they telling you straight on the spot, we're not accepting your seva if you have anything else to be done in your life.
Wow.
Right? Just finish that first. So they say very clear, you can only serve others when you have everything served already.
Beautiful. That's a very good.
Because otherwise people will start corruption from anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for taking your. I think you are explaining me. Thank you. Sannyasa is other point. again, my mind is, you think is attraction to sannyasa? It is not. It is more of people running away from the problem.
Oh, escapism.
Escapism.
Escapism. Yeah, that's right. That's what Arjuna also was doing.
Yeah.
Wanted to escape.
Yeah.
Sannyasa, a lot of attraction comes from escapism.
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
he
Other
hears
side
from,
is grasping.
he hears from Krishna. The way Krishna explains the sannyasa and moksha there,
Yeah.
he is attracted towards that.
Yeah.
But he is trying to escape. He said, no, you have not done the karma.
Yeah.
I think what you said is today very much to the point. The grasta, or rather to say karma, is very important.
Yeah.
If we haven't performed our karma, our duties properly, then this phases of the time period can go increase. Somebody may have started late, and grasta will be finishing late. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, so you're right. You're right. You're right.
And this vanaprastha is really a preparedness towards a
sannyasa. Yeah. And vanaprastha may be happening as well these days, a little bit,
Yeah, this is what Western people say. I'm downsizing.
Yeah,
downsizing is nothing but cannot handle a big mansion, and now he's moving
to or retirement village, whatever. Yeah, maybe. But then
and I also felt the Western lifestyle, the brahmacharya is only 15 years. Once you pass the school, the children kick you out, and the parents kicked out the children. So brahmacharya finish because they're kicked out.
Yeah.
And the rest of the life is only grasta. And in that, sorry to say with a bit of laughter or humor, that grasta is only keep changing the wives or partners. So we just keep on grasta till you find, till you go to the grave, you just keep enjoying. Period. So there is no question of vanaprastha and sannyasa. You just live the life.
But the thing is,
and that's what you get only one life to enjoy, mate.
But then their commitment keeps increasing more as they say, for example, expanding a family with many more spouses or keep changing partners. The commitment is more. You can see them. A rich man is committed twice. I mean, that's a social things which you all know. Yeah, that's right.
No. There is two different things. Commitment increases because you already halved it. So whatever you had 1 million, you get divorced, you put half there. Then you go again with the 500,000 another one, you again lost another half. That is putting himself into death because it's more. But if you know the truth is Bill Gates and Bezos, they have divorced for the benefit. But they're not actually divorced.
See, but that is the thing, originally even in Christianity, divorce was not there.
Of course.
Yeah, Protestants only made that one
happen. Not a Christianity, and then lifestyle, sir.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, even I know one of my good family members, not family, known family person, he got married to an Irish girl. Irish girl. And that Irish father came and he did a proper vivaha. And that person came and told his daughter, look, as per our belief, I told you, there's only one marriage and that's anything more. That's all I'm going to give you that way. So they also believe them. Aji, sorry, go ahead, please. Anybody else? We would like to kind of... Devina ji, Yatish Bhaiya, Nalini, Ganapati Ram.
No, you very well explained everything. So I don't think I have anything else to raise to you. Thank you so much for your explanation.
Yeah, okay.
Babu, I have a question.
Yes.
Actually, it is to actually just take forward what Krishna ji said in the text. That Yogi ji, he's a sannyasi. वो आगे बढ़ चुके हैं. Like he doesn't go back to his family home. He's totally committed to the service of humanity. But in that form, he's actually the chief minister of UP. So he's devoted to the path of karma. And like you said, and like Bhagwan Shri Krishna said, the karma yoga is way more superior than the yoga of renunciation. So he is still, like what Krishna ji said, that is it befitting a yogi to actually be following that path, that he's serving as a chief minister?
Yeah, I think the thing is like this again. It is also depends how his guru, because he is also from that same, what is called Gorakhpur Mutt. He's from, I think, Gorakhpur.
Ji.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Certainly he would have had his guru's permission. If the guru has told him, look, you have a duty that you have to go and do this as even a sannyasi, that's enough. That's enough.
Yes.
So the guru, whatever he says, so so sometimes these things could vary from one person, the same mud to the other one. And same thing, like for example, when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told Vivekananda to go and do, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, though he was an officially sannyasi, he was wearing white cloth all the time. He never said, look, I want saffron cloth. He said no, because he was all the time with mother. And Mother Kali told him, no, you just remain, this enough. You have got the Manasika Sannyasa. Outside, you don't need anything. So he was wearing Panchakach, white, which was not for a Paramahamsa Sannyasi, but he's, held in the highest part of the Paramahamsa Sannyasi. So sometimes these outside ones may not completely, because exemptions can come.
It's like sannyasi does not mean that he is freed from the doing karma. After sannyasa,
Ji.
the karma has to be done, but what type of karma has to be done is all defined again by the guru. So 90% of the sannyasis will be doing the teaching. Continuously day and morning, whether wearing cloth or not, but teaching is the profession. But teaching without benefit. Not teaching, making a bigger ashram and then one more ashram, one more mission and one more mission. That is not called teaching. That is spreading my name. That is creating bigger empire. But teaching karma. So what Yogi ji is doing is also a karma, a seva to the
humanity, whatever he.
Ji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good point.
So should be
brought a very practical example in front of us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anything should be, so we can close today's thing then? No more questions? I just want to present that PowerPoint so that that's all.
This is wealth of information. Kuticaka and Bhautaka.
And
so many new things.
And the thing is like this. Same thing happened once. Just about a small thing. We all revere all the Babas and everybody. And then once somebody went to the Swami Swarupananda Saraswati, who was the Peethadipati of Shankaracharya Mit of both Dwaraka and Jyotishmat. He just attained Samadhi last year. Some people went and asked him about all the things like, today Baba is bigger than the Bhagavan in a lot of temples. So they were telling, so he literally said, this is literally about Satya Sai Baba, not Satya Sai Baba. So he said, look, Sai Baba was a fakir. He was not a sannyasi. So I do not know how you can keep him in temples. So he literally told him, but there was so much of media furor against him, and they literally he was condemned and everything. But he said, look, I'm only telling a fact as for the Dharma. He's a fakir and he's good. But I'm not saying he can be having in a temple, because even for Adi Shankara, if you see, a murti is kept outside the temple. Outside means like, not in the Moolasthana. So he was saying, that is what Sanatana Dharma is. That's all I can say, but I can't say anything more. But he was so much.
When this whole...
but anyway, that's just I'm saying,
The days is not for when this whole, what I should say, corrupt means what they are doing. I'm sorry to say this, because this is only temple which is not in government's hand, first of all, to let you know. They have been recently stopped by a court that they were acquiring illegally more land surrounding that. Second thing, if you know, this Shirdi Sai Baba one temple is controlled by Muslims. All the money is going out.
I didn't know that.
This is the fact which you guys have to know. The whole money, whatever is being donated there, is going to Muslims people. There are Muslims who are, it is a business handled by very top crowds, and there are a lot of bureaucrats and politicians behind this game. So please understand.
I know. People need to
and he was a Muslim, isn't it? The Fakir paper, he was a Muslim, they say.
He was a Fakir, let's put it that way. We don't need to know what belief. He was definitely. But they hold this, the drama and outfit they have put it, that you do Vishnu Sahasranam and all that.
Yeah.
It's all for business,
Ah.
completely Aarti, all that. Behind the scene, all the trust and money is in the hand of few Muslims.
Yeah, only thing
टोपी
that,
वाला,
Oh, wow.
टोपी वाला.
हाँ
They are there.
वही तो है ना, उधर में क्या होता है ना, Baba becomes bigger than the Bhagavan. Baba will be the center, Vishnu will be there the side, Saraswati will be
No,
somewhere on the
this
side.
is what Puja Swamiji used to say. Follow the teaching, not the teacher.
Yes. Yes.
Today's
Ji.
problem is people follow the teacher. Oh, Guru ka photo hi udhar mandir mein laga ke usi ka everyday art.
ठीक है.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So we'll finish
So-
it today. Om Purnamada Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you, Ji.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much.